Hi everybody, Stefan here from EDC Austria and welcome to part 2 of our 24-hour German EPA ration. First we start with the instant muesli, fruit muesli, and it literally says, translated, fill with water until the taste is okay. So that's a bit, I rather like it when they tell me how much to put in, so I decided I'll put it in a bowl so that I at least see something. That's the dumbest description I've ever read. Fill until taste is, that's crazy. Okay, and now let it be for a few minutes. During that time we can open our bread. And this is real dark bread, which is just fantastic. We have here our butter substitute. And now this is the Schinkenwurst, which is basically nothing else than some luncheon meat, which we'll just cut out and put on here because you can't really spread it. So this is what it looks like. The bread really tastes like a bread you just bought at the store. That's fantastic. And the Schinkenwurst, I have to try some more because the flavor of the bread was so strong. Yeah, that's pretty decent. Not too much seasoning. Why it's really called ham, I don't know, because it's not in the form of ham, and it also doesn't taste as if it were made from ham. Okay, the second one doesn't want to be opened. And that one was beef Leona. That's a kind of another kind of luncheon meat we have over here. We have 4 or 5 different kinds. Again, first one on the bread directly. Have to be careful with this bread, it easily falls apart. That's really a great mixture. This one is even more mild than the other one, goes down easy. I only learned about these kinds of luncheon meat when I did my first German EPA review for the German channel, and then I ordered some from Germany directly because we don't have them here. But before we go to the jams, let's see what our muesli does. Okay, that looks fine to me. Yeah, it just tastes like a normal apple and I think a bit of cinnamon muesli with some raisins. Very nice. You could easily mistake this for a freshly made one. So wherever you are, you get the feeling you're at home at the breakfast table. That's nice. And now we check out the 2 jams. This is apricot. That smelled okay, but now better clean the knife for the next item. Let's get some more of the butter on there. It's about 7 at night now, so breakfast wouldn't be my normal routine at this hour. Okay, and now That's a very decent jam. Smell, tastes almost like self-made. Okay, and the other one is black currant, I think, because the word that they use to describe the jam is something we don't use in Austria. That's a German term. Okay, now let's check this out. Okay, that's a cherry variant. And since I still have some 3 drinks or so, I will make one now too. This is lemon. And this tastes like actual lemon. Like really, if you press out the lemon and fill it with water, that's great. So let's clean it up once more. Get another bite of this. I really like this stuff. But we might as well check out the hard cakes now. Nice hiss. Oh yeah, those are the also sweet cakes. I forgot about those. So here we are. If you live in Germany or Austria, you know these kinds of cakes. These are, you can buy them in stores too. I hope they are still somewhat edible. Those are basically butter cookies. If I'd known that, I'd kept my jam for these, but it doesn't matter, it was good with the bread too. I will finish up here and then heat the final meal, and when we are back, I'm ready to eat the cevapcici with rice and vegetables. Okay, we are back. The main is still heating. Here I didn't take any footage of putting the meal in and the water because you've seen this plenty of times by now. In the meantime, I wanna check out the cereal bar, apple and cinnamon. Which, if I remember, is just some regular fruit bar of pressed apple and cinnamon. Exactly what the name promised. But it was really quite fresh and kind of nice. It wasn't dry at all. That's the standard German chocolate that you get with your EPAs. One bite will be enough. This one doesn't look entirely fresh anymore. I could tell from some of the dates that this ration was made in 2014. Yeah, that's some really hard to bite chocolate. Here in Austria, this is known as cooked chocolate. That's a chocolate you wouldn't eat necessarily, but use for cooking. Tastes exactly like that. As a kid, I only ate this when nothing else was around, but I had better teeth then. As a drink, which are luckily really plentiful here, we have an orange drink. Same as the others, the water doesn't really take on an artificial looking color. Let's see if it's any different from the lemon one. No, tastes like real orange. Of course not like freshly pressed orange juice, but still pretty good. The beverages in the German EPA are really good. Okay, I think it's time to get the main. And as always, I'll open it with a knife. Okay, it said cevapcici with rice and vegetables. So far I only see rice and vegetables and not the promised cevapcici. That's weird. Oh, there. No. There they are. Here's some rice and a piece of that dish. For some reason it didn't heat that well. The meat is nice and warm, but the rice is a bit stale. But I think more heating wouldn't have helped it much because it's a bit dry too. But the rice has a full flavor that is really kind of like it's from the Balkan. And that's also where this dish is from initially. But this one is really again a great meal. It's made from ground beef rolls made from pork, beef and onions, salt, oil and seasoning. And basically you put it on the grill usually, I mean just the meat to get it out there. Okay, I'll finish this and then we eat the last piece, which is the hazelnut pudding. Okay, now we are at the final part of our review. Sorry, by the way, for the long wait since part 1, but I was sick and now the filming of this took 3 days. Won't happen again. Okay, this is our hazelnut pudding and it says to mix with 100 milliliters of water. And of course, to show it, I will put it in a bowl and add the 100 milliliters of water. It said cold water, so I did that, of course. And then it said to leave it for a bit. They didn't give any indication of if I should leave it for minutes or half an hour. That's the only thing I've encountered twice in this EPA, that they are very vague with some things you do. The first was when they said put as much liquid until it tastes well or tastes good. That's kind of stupid because you might easily take too much and then it's maybe not possible to use it correctly. But otherwise this is a great ration. You get 4 beverages, cold ones, you get 2 half-liter tea, you get 2 coffees, you get 2 main meals, you get some luncheon meat for breakfast, you get really a lot of stuff, and it really all tastes very good. So this is of course an interesting MRE to get, although if you live outside of Europe, it's probably not the best to use for prepping because of the cost, but inside Europe those are about 30 euro a piece, but there's a lot in there, so it's kind of worth the money. Okay, let's taste that. Doesn't look too appealing. Actually quite nice. Didn't expect that. Didn't expect that to taste as good as it does. It really does contain hazelnuts that are shredded, and you can make those out, and otherwise it's a bit like kind of vanilla a bit, but there's nothing in there that I can see that's really giving it that kind of taste, because it's just sugar, milk powder, and hacked, here, some sweeteners based on hazelnuts. That's where the good taste is coming from. But as for the MRE itself, it really should be checked out once if you're into them. The German one is really a good one, and they are not too hard to find on eBay. Now let's do the last thing and check the grapefruit drink. Yeah, not too bad either. And finally, the chewing gum. Okay, this looks like a regular chewing gum. Let's check it out. It's a spearmint chewing gum, but this was the part of the meal that held together the worst, because it was very hard in the beginning. All the other stuff was pretty fresh tasting for an MRE that was made in the beginning of 2014. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe. It's very important for the growth of the channel, and you'll be notified of new videos in your subscription feed. And if you have any comments or questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below. Have a great day. Bye bye.